how do you feel going into processing chickens? Like, what are your, I guess, motives?
You know, the crazy thing is that I've actually never processed a chicken or seen someone process a chicken. And that's really crazy because for my whole life I've eaten chicken. Except for that one year when we went vegan. But I've always eaten chicken. And so I think that this is important. This is an important thing to do, to appreciate where our food comes from. When I'm eating chicken, I'm not thinking about the fact that somebody processed it and all these different things. You know, I'm just eating. But I think that we will be able to develop an appreciation for the things that we eat when we understand how they are processed. And so I think that's really important.
It wasn't really like that creepy when he was like cutting the head off or anything, but
Because
I was
you
like,
processed it?
Yeah, and I saw the chicken while it was alive for like weeks and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then it was just like there in the pot boiling. That was an experience. So
Yeah.
I'll see it again in a different way.
So did you feel, whenever you processed our roosters, did you feel grossed out?
First one I did.
Yeah.
First one I did.
What'd you say?
Are you afraid to see blood?
Am I afraid to see the blood? No. I'm not really like queasy like that when it comes to blood. Like I actually have, I feel like, pretty tough skin on those type of things like that. For me, it's more of seeing something that's alive and then seeing it dead than it is like the guts or the blood or anything like that. And so I think for me, it's more of that. Are you afraid? Yes, and that's okay. It's okay to be afraid. And I think that this will be a good experience for all of us because now we get to see where our food is coming from. So that chicken that you ate last night, that came from an actual chicken, just like we're about to see. And so maybe after you see how chickens are processed, you won't want chicken no more. And I think that's fine. I would never force you to eat meat ever. And so it's like, you know, you either can understand where it comes from and appreciate it and say, you know, I understand this, or you don't appreciate it and you're like, you know what, I would prefer not to eat meat. And that's fine too, because we all don't have to be meat eaters. Like, I think that that's a personal choice. And so, and I think this helps give us a rounded idea about why we're doing the things that we're doing. And so, are you guys ready?
Yep.
So we are here at Faith Family Homestead, and we are going to take part in the processing of some chickens. I think that this is important for my family as we look to our future to just really get a grips and an understanding on just how food is processed. This is a really great learning experience for my children, not only my children, but for our children, so that we can have an understanding of, you know, what we're eating, where it comes from, you know, how it's processed. Things don't just magically show up inside the grocery store. Like, that's a whole process. And so it's important for us to take part in that. And so that's what we're about to do. So how you guys doing this morning?
Good.
How you feel about processing a chicken?
Scared.
Scared? How about you? Your heads? How does that make you feel? Scared? Do you like chicken? And you like to eat chicken? Okay. That's why it's really good for you to be able to see how chickens are made so that you know what you're eating when you eat food, okay? Okay? Kind of get just your experience. How do you feel after seeing the chickens being processed? How do you feel now, Shiloh?
Better.
You feel better? How about you?
It was actually not that bad, honestly. Like it was just a nice experience.
What about you?
I feel like I learned a lot.
So how about you?
Well, it's kind of scary.
Are you still processing?
Yeah.
Okay, so Yeah. you guys did an incredible job. I'm so proud of you. I feel like this really gives us so much perspective about where our food comes from. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm so glad we had this experience together. I like to see what I can see if I can get a sneak peek of something good here in the garden. Wow, it's so beautiful. It's so big. I think Dom said that her garden was 100 feet long, and so this kind of gives me perspective of the length that our garden could be, but her garden is definitely a lot wider than ours. I would have to ask her, but ours would be, it seems like half this length or half this width, because ours would be 20 feet wide, which is going to be plenty of space for sure. I think I've spotted my favorite thing in the garden right now. It has to be this. I've never seen the sunflower in this phase, and it's just so beautiful. So the flowers are just so gorgeous over here in her garden. I definitely, if I take anything away, it's how much I want to plant flowers next year. I definitely see the benefit, and then planting them early enough, because I was way behind the game. I had no idea that flowers are going to take so long to bloom, and so I am definitely going to be planting flowers. Okay, well, that is it. We were able to process 12 chickens, and I can say from that experience that I definitely don't want chicken for dinner tonight. But I can appreciate the process, and definitely just knowing where our food comes from and how it's processed. I think it just gives us respect for what we're eating when we see what's behind it. And so I'm so happy for the experience, and I would definitely be up to having meat chickens for our own family. I know for us, we did have to process, and when I say we, I mean Thomas and Princeton processed 2 of our roosters that we weren't able to keep. And so I feel as though I would definitely be up to getting some meat chickens for our family. It's definitely a possibility for the future. All in all, it's been good. I'm happy that I was able to experience this. It definitely gives me so much perspective, which I'm so grateful for. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.